Hello and welcome to Code Your English. I'm so happy to have you here today. My name is Jason, and this is the podcast where we learn English together in a fun, simple, and useful way. If you are someone who wants to improve your English listening and speaking skills, you are in the right place. In each episode, I talk about interesting ideas in easy English, so you can practice listening, learn new words, and think about something important at the same time. In today's episode, we are going to talk about something that everyone in the world has, but many people don't think about carefully. That thing is time. Yes, time. We all have 24 hours in a day. Not more, not less. It doesn't matter if you are rich or poor, young or old, a student or a worker. We all have the same amount of time each day. But how we use that time is very different. The title of this episode is Time is Wealth. Treat your time like money. What does that mean? Well, we usually think of money as something very important, right? We save it, we spend it, we worry about it, and we try to use it wisely. But we don't always do the same with our time. In this episode, we are going to learn why time is just like money, maybe even more valuable than money. And we'll talk about how we can manage our time in a smart way, just like we manage our money. You will hear simple explanations, real-life examples, and helpful tips that can help you use your time better. We will talk about what it means when people say time is wealth. We will also look at some ways people waste their time without even knowing it. Then, I will share some easy steps you can take to plan your time and make it work for you. This is not only good for your English, it's also good for your life. So, are you ready to learn something useful today? Are you ready to think about how you spend your time every day? Great. Let's begin this episode of Code Your English and discover how your time can become your greatest treasure. What does time is wealth mean? So, let's start by understanding the phrase time is wealth. What does it really mean? When we hear the word wealth, we usually think about money, gold, or expensive things like cars or houses. Wealth means having a lot of something valuable. But in this case, we are not talking about money or gold. We are talking about time. When we say time is wealth, we mean that time is just as valuable as money, maybe even more. It's something you must take care of. You can waste it, you can save it, and you can spend it. Just like money. Now let's think about money. Imagine you have $100. If you waste it on things you don't need, it will be gone quickly. But if you use it carefully, maybe you buy food, pay for school, or save it for later, it gives you more value. It helps you live better. Time works in the same way. If you waste your time doing things that don't help you grow, that time is gone. You can't get it back. But if you use your time well, for learning, working, exercising, or resting in a healthy way, you are building a better life. So, in a very real way, time is wealth. Let me give you a few simple examples. Think about shopping. Imagine you go to a market with $10. You can buy cheap, low-quality food that will not last long, or you can spend it on fresh vegetables and fruit that keep you healthy. In the same way, with your time, you can choose to spend 2 hours scrolling on your phone. Or you can use those 2 hours to study English or read a book. What do you get in return? From the first choice, maybe just a few laughs or some entertainment. But from the second, you get new skills, better knowledge, and maybe a better future. Let's take another example. Studying. If you spend 30 minutes each day learning something new, like English or another skill in 1 month, that's more than 15 hours of learning. That's a big investment of time, and it gives you real results. But if you say, "Oh, it's only 30 minutes. I'll do it later." Again and again, the time passes, and nothing changes. Now let's talk about relaxing. Rest is also important, but not all rest is the same. Watching random videos for hours might feel like rest, but it often makes us more tired. On the other hand, taking a short walk, listening to music, or just sitting quietly with your thoughts can give your mind real peace. That's smart spending of your time, just like making a good decision with your money. Another way to think about this is like a bank. Imagine you have a time bank. Every morning, your bank gives you 1,440 minutes, because there are 1,440 minutes in one day. You can use these minutes in any way you like, but you cannot keep them for tomorrow. If you don't use them well today, they are gone. You can't save them or return them. That's why you need to spend them wisely, just like you would with money. Sometimes people say, "Time is money," and that's true in many ways. But I think "time is wealth" is even better. Because wealth is not only about money, it's about health, knowledge, peace, happiness, and your whole life. Time gives you all of that, if you use it well. If you respect your time, it gives you rewards. If you waste your time, it takes those rewards away. So, when you hear the phrase "time is wealth," remember this: you are rich every day, not because of what is in your pocket, but because of the hours in your hands. It's your choice how to use those hours. Spend them with care. Use them in a way that helps your future, your health, your learning, and your happiness. In the next part of this episode, we are going to look more deeply at why time is so valuable. Why do people say it's even more important than money? And how can thinking about time in a new way change your life? Let's keep going. Why is time so valuable? Now that we understand the idea that time is wealth, let's take a closer look at why time is so valuable. Why do so many people say that time is even more important than money? Why do successful people often talk about the importance of managing time? One of the biggest reasons time is so valuable is because time is limited. That means we don't have an endless supply of time. We can't create more time, and we can't save it for later. Each of us has a limited number of years, months, days, hours, and minutes in our life. When you use time, it is gone. You can't go back and get it again. This makes time something very special, and something we should not waste. Let me give you an example. Imagine you are holding a glass of water. If you drink it slowly, you can enjoy it for a while. But if you spill it or waste it, the water is gone. You can't put it back in the glass. Time is just like that. Every minute that passes is like water leaving the glass. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. That's why we say you can't get time back. Money, on the other hand, is different. If you lose money, you can earn more. You can work another day, find another job, or save more next month. You have many chances to make money again. But if you waste 1 hour doing nothing, you cannot get that hour again. You can't go back in time. That hour is lost. That's what makes time so valuable. It is not renewable. Also, time is fair. It doesn't matter who you are, rich or poor, young or old, famous or unknown. Everyone has the same 24 hours a day. This is something very important to understand. A billionaire and a student both have the same number of hours each day. a mother working in a small town, and a business person working in a big city both wake up with 24 hours. This means that how we use our time is more important than how much we have, because we all have the same amount. This is one reason why some people achieve great things. They know how to use their time well. They don't waste it. They plan it. They use their time for things that matter. And that gives them better results in life, work, and even happiness. Think about people who learn a language, start a business, or become good at something. It's not because they had more time than you. It's because they used their time better. Let's look at a small daily example. Imagine you spend 30 minutes every day watching short videos that don't teach you anything. In 1 week, that's 3.5 hours. In 1 month, it's around 14 hours. That's almost 2 full working days. Now imagine using that same time to listen to English podcasts, read, or learn something new. After 1 month, your skills will grow. After 1 year, your life might change. That's the power of time when we respect it. Another reason time is valuable is because it affects everything in our lives. Your health, your relationships, your learning, your job, your peace of mind. Everything depends on how you use your time. If you never make time to rest, you get sick. If you don't give time to your family or friends, those relationships can break. If you don't use your time to study or work, your future will suffer. So time is connected to every part of your life. Time is also powerful because it teaches us. With time, we grow, we learn, and we change. But we must be awake to that change. If you use your time wisely, you will grow in the right direction. If not, time will still pass, but you might feel stuck. That's why it's important to not only live with time, but live with purpose. So, let's remember, time is limited, time cannot be returned, and time is equal for all. These 3 truths make time one of the most valuable things in our lives. You can lose money and get it back. You can break something and fix it. But when you lose time, it is truly lost. This is why we must treat time with care, just like something very expensive or rare. In the next part of our episode, we'll talk about something very interesting: how we often waste time without even knowing it. We'll look at the small actions and habits that steal our time and how we can stop them before it's too late. Are you ready to continue? Let's go. How we waste time without knowing. Now that we understand why time is so valuable, it's time to ask an important question. Are we using our time wisely, or are we wasting it? The truth is, many people waste time every single day, but they don't even realize it. That's why in this part of the episode, we'll talk about common time-wasting habits, how they affect our lives, and why wasting time is just like throwing away money. Let's begin with one of the biggest time wasters in today's world: scrolling on social media. Many people open their phones just to check one message or watch one short video. But before they know it, 30 minutes, 1 hour, or even more time has passed. It feels fun at the moment, but often we don't learn anything useful. We just scroll and scroll and scroll. Of course, social media is not always bad. You can follow useful pages, learn things, or connect with friends. But the problem is when we lose control of how long we spend there. It's like opening your wallet and throwing out small coins again and again. One coin doesn't seem like much, but if you keep doing it, soon your wallet is empty. The same happens with time. Another habit that wastes time is watching too much TV or online shows. After a long day, It feels relaxing to sit down and watch something. And that's okay, sometimes. But many people don't watch just one episode. They watch 2, 3, or even more. And what happens? Hours go by. The time that could have been used for learning, reading, exercising, or even sleeping is gone. Again, this doesn't mean TV is bad, but too much of it, especially when we don't plan our time, can be a silent thief. Sometimes we also waste time by doing nothing at all. Maybe you sit on your bed and keep thinking, "I'll do it later. I'll start in 5 minutes." But those 5 minutes become 30, and 30 becomes a full hour. This is called procrastination, waiting to start something important. Many people do this without noticing. Maybe you say you'll study English today, but you keep delaying it. By the time you finally start, the day is almost over. And in the end, you feel bad because you didn't use your time the way you wanted. We also waste time when we don't have a plan for the day. When you wake up without knowing what you want to do, it's easy to go through the day just reacting to things, checking your phone, answering messages, watching random videos, and going from one thing to another without direction. These are all small actions, but they slowly take away your time, just like a hole in your pocket lets your money fall out without you seeing it. Here's another small but common example. Maybe you sit down to study, but your phone is right next to you. A message pops up. You check it. Then you reply. Then you open another app. Before you know it, 20 minutes are gone, and you haven't started your work. This is called distraction, and it's one of the most silent ways we waste time. We may feel like we're busy, but we're not really doing anything useful. Just like with money, being busy doesn't always mean you're spending well. So, how is wasting time like wasting money? Let's say you go to the store every day and buy a snack for $1. It seems small, but in 1 month, you've spent $30. In 1 year, you've spent $365. Now think about your time. If you waste just 20 minutes every day, that's over 120 hours a year. Enough time to read 10 books, learn a new skill, or even take a short course. That's a big loss, and many people don't even see it happening. The scary part is that most time-wasting habits feel small and harmless at first. One more video, one more message, one more break. But over time, they take away the minutes, hours, and days that you could use to create a better life. These small habits shape your future, just like small savings shape your bank account. So what can we do? First, we must become aware. Start noticing where your time is going. What do you usually do in the first hour after you wake up? How much time do you spend on your phone in 1 day? How many hours of TV do you watch in a week? You don't need to change everything in 1 day, but once you understand your habits, you can start making better choices. In the next part of this episode, we'll talk about exactly that, how to use time wisely, like spending money wisely. You'll learn how to plan your day, set priorities, and make small changes that help you spend your time in a smart way. Let's keep going. How to use time wisely, like spending money wisely. So far, we've talked about how time is like wealth, why it's valuable, and how we often waste it without even knowing. Now, let's talk about something even more important, how to use time wisely, just like we try to use money wisely. Let's begin with a simple idea. Imagine you get your salary at the beginning of the month. What do you usually do? You don't spend all of it on one thing. You make a budget. You decide how much money will go to food, rent, transportation, and maybe savings. This helps you live comfortably for the whole month. If you don't plan your spending, your money can disappear quickly. You might run out of it before the month ends. In the same way, we need a time budget, a plan for how we will spend the hours in our day. When you wake up in the morning, you can take 5 minutes to plan your day. Ask yourself, what are the most important things I need to do today? This could be work, study, cooking, or even rest. Write them down or just think about them clearly. This is like telling your mind, here is how I want to spend my time today. It's a small step, but it makes a big difference. A planned day is usually a more productive day. After you plan your day, it's time to set your priorities. What does this mean? It means choosing what is most important and what can wait. Not everything in your day is urgent. Some things are important for your future, like studying, exercising, or spending time with family. Other things might feel urgent, like replying to every message or watching the latest video, but they are not always important. If you always do the easy or fun things first, you might never have time for the things that really matter. One way to decide your priorities is to ask yourself, will this activity help me grow, help me learn, or make my life better in the future? If the answer is yes, then it's a good use of your time. If the answer is no, maybe it can wait or be done later. This helps you focus your energy and time on the right things. Now, let's talk about the best ways to use your time. In life, there are 3 areas where time gives the most return: learning, health, and relationships. When you spend time learning something new, like English, for example, you are not just using your time, you are investing it. The same goes for your health. If you use your time to go for a walk, cook a healthy meal, or sleep well, your body and mind become stronger. And when you spend time with people you care about, your family, your friends, you build strong relationships. These things give you more happiness and success in the long run. Of course, we all have busy lives, and sometimes it feels like there is no time for these important things. But the truth is, we always have time. It's just about how we use it. Even 20 or 30 minutes a day can make a big difference. For example, reading a few pages of a book each day can add up to many books in a year. A short daily walk can improve your health. Talking to someone for 10 minutes can make your relationship stronger. Small habits, repeated often, bring big results. Now, let me share a few simple time management tips that you can start using today. First, try the Pomodoro technique. This is a simple method where you work or study for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, you take a longer break. This helps your brain stay fresh and focused. You can use a timer on your phone to help you. Second, remove distractions. If you want to focus, keep your phone on silent or in another room while you work or study. This one small change can give you a lot more focus. Third, make a to-do list. Write down 3 to 5 things you want to finish today. Start with the most important one. Don't try to do everything. Just focus on one task at a time. When you finish a task, check it off your list. This gives you a good feeling and keeps you motivated. Lastly, don't forget to give time to rest and enjoy life. Using your time wisely doesn't mean working all the time. Just like with money, it's good to save, but also okay to spend some on things that make you happy. The key is balance. So, to sum up, plan your day like a budget. Set your priorities, use your time for growth, and manage it with small, simple habits. When you do this, time becomes your helper, not your enemy. In the next part of this episode, we will go one step further. We will learn about time investment, how the time you use today can give you big rewards in the future, just like smart money investments. Let's continue and explore this powerful idea. Time investment, getting returns like money. Now that we've talked about how to use time wisely, let's take it one step further. In this part of the episode, we'll talk about something very powerful: time investment. You may already know what it means to invest money. But have you ever thought about investing your time? Let's begin with the meaning. A time investment is when you spend your time on something useful today, so you can get good results in the future. It's just like investing money. When you invest money, you don't expect to get rich tomorrow. You wait. You let the money grow. And after some time, it brings you more than you gave. The same is true for time. When you use time for learning, improving yourself, or building something, you may not see results today or tomorrow, but in the future, the rewards can be very big. Let's look at some simple examples. Imagine you spend 30 minutes a day learning English. You study new words, listen to podcasts like this one, and try to speak a little more each day. After one day, you may not feel a big change, but after 1 month, you know more words. After 6 months, you understand more when people speak. After 1 year, maybe you can speak with confidence and get a better job or study in another country. This is a time investment. You used small amounts of time every day, and in return, you gained a new skill. Now, think about exercise. If you go for a short walk every day or do a little bit of stretching at home, it doesn't take much time. Maybe 20 to 30 minutes. But if you do it regularly, you feel more active, sleep better, and get sick less often. You feel stronger. You may even live longer. This is another time investment. You are giving your time to your body today, and your body gives you health in return tomorrow. Another great example is reading. Many people say they don't have time to read. But if you read just 10 pages a day, you can finish about 15 to 20 books in a year. That's a lot of knowledge. You can learn new ideas, understand the world better, and become more creative. This helps in your personal life and your work. Again, this is time investment. You give your time to a book today, and the ideas you learn give you benefits in the future. Time investments are not only for study or health. You can also invest time in your relationships. When you spend time with your family or friends, talking, listening, laughing, you are making those relationships stronger. Maybe you don't see the value right away. But later, when life becomes hard or stressful, those people will be there to support you. Your time today builds trust and connection for the future. One more example is learning a new skill, like cooking, coding, writing, or even starting a small side project. At first, it may feel slow or difficult. You may not be very good at it, but if you give it a little time each day, you improve. And later, that skill may help you earn more money, start a new career, or feel more confident. Again, your time brings a return. So why don't more people invest their time? The answer is simple. Many people want quick results. If they don't see success today, they stop. But just like planting a seed, time investment takes patience and care. You don't plant a tree and expect fruit the next day. You water it, you give it sunlight, and you wait. Slowly, it grows. Then one day, it gives you sweet fruit. The same is true with time. It's not always exciting in the beginning, but the results will come, and they will be worth it. That's why it's so important to choose your activities with care. Ask yourself, is this a time investment or a time expense? A time investment gives you something valuable later. A time expense gives you pleasure now, but nothing in return. For example, watching one funny video might be fun right now, but does it help your future? Probably not. But spending that same time learning something new or working on your goals is a smart time investment. And here's the best part. You don't need a lot of time to start. You just need to be consistent. Even 15 to 30 minutes a day can change your life if you use that time well. The secret is not doing a lot one time. The secret is doing a little every day. Over time, the results grow bigger and bigger. So remember, when you use your time well today, your future becomes easier, brighter, and more successful. Time investment is one of the smartest choices you can make, just like putting money in the bank and watching it grow. But in this case, you are investing in something even more important: yourself. In the next part of this episode, we'll go over some practical tips to help you treat your time like money in daily life. We'll talk about how to make a time budget, say no to time wasters, and track where your time goes so you can take control of it. Let's keep moving forward. Tips for treating your time like money. We've talked a lot about how time is like money. It's valuable, it's limited, and if we use it well, it can bring big rewards. But now you might be wondering, how do I actually treat my time like money in my daily life? What can I do each day to make sure I'm using my time wisely? In this part of the episode, I'll share some practical tips that can help you take control of your time. These are simple things that anyone can do. You don't need a special app or a lot of experience. All you need is a little awareness and the decision to start. One of the most helpful things you can do is make a time budget. Just like you plan your money each month or week, you can plan your time each day. A time budget is when you decide in advance how you want to spend your hours. For example, if you have 16 waking hours in a day, after sleeping, you can plan like this: 8 hours for work or school, 1 hour for exercise, 2 hours for meals and rest, 1 hour for learning something new, 1 hour for family or friends, and 3 hours for free time. This doesn't have to be perfect, and it can change day by day. But having a basic plan helps you stay focused and stops your time from disappearing without you noticing. Another important tip is to say no to time wasters. This can be hard, especially when the time wasters are fun. It's easy to say yes to watching just one more video, checking social media again, or going out when you really need to study. But every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something that matters more. Start by noticing what activities take your time, but don't give you anything in return. Then, try to reduce them. You don't have to stop everything. Just choose better when to do them, and for how long. For example, you can tell yourself, I'll watch videos for 30 minutes after I study for 1 hour. This way, you still enjoy your time, but you also do something useful first. Saying no is not always about removing fun. It's about protecting your time and using it for the things that help you grow. One great tool that many successful people use is a planner or diary. Writing things down helps your brain remember and stay organized. You don't need anything fancy. A small notebook or even a piece of paper is enough. At the beginning of your day, write down the 3 to 5 most important things you want to do. These could be tasks like studying English, going for a walk, calling a friend, or finishing your homework. When you complete each task, check it off. This gives you a good feeling and helps you see your progress. You can also use your diary at the end of the day to review how you used your time. This is a very powerful habit. At night, take a few minutes to ask yourself, what did I do today? Did I use my time the way I planned? Where did I lose time? What can I do better tomorrow? You don't have to write a long report. Just a few lines or thoughts are enough. The goal is to be more aware. When you know where your time is going, you can make better choices. Here's an example. Maybe you plan to study for 1 hour, but instead, you watched videos for 45 minutes. You don't need to feel bad. Just notice it. Think about why it happened. Maybe you were tired or distracted. Then, plan a small change for tomorrow. Maybe you will keep your phone in another room or study at a different time when your mind is fresher. These small changes over time help you build strong time habits. Also, remember to plan time for breaks and fun. Treating your time like money does not mean working all the time. Just like money is meant to be saved and spent, time is meant to be used for both work and rest. Schedule time to relax, to enjoy a hobby, or to spend time with loved ones. When you plan your fun time, you enjoy it more, because you know you've already done the important things first. Another tip is to use a simple timer while doing focused work. You can use your phone or a kitchen timer. Set it for 25 minutes and do just one task. This is called the Pomodoro technique, which we mentioned earlier. After 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Then repeat. This helps you stay focused and prevents your mind from getting tired too quickly. Finally, be kind to yourself. Not every day will be perfect. Sometimes you will waste time. That's okay. What matters is that you notice it and try again the next day. Time management is not about being perfect. It's about being aware, being intentional, and improving step by step. So let's review these tips. Make a time budget like a money budget. Learn to say no to activities that waste your time. Use a planner or diary to stay organized and focused. Review your day to see how your time was spent. Plan time for both work and rest. Use timers to stay on task. And most importantly, keep trying, even when it's hard. When you follow these simple steps, you begin to take control of your time. You stop letting life just happen, and you start creating the life you want. Every day becomes a chance to build your future, 1 hour at a time. In the final part of this episode, we'll end with a motivational message: why your time is your life and why every minute matters. Let's finish strong. Motivational ending: your time is your life. We've reached the final part of today's episode, and I want to leave you with something important to remember. It's simple but powerful. Your time is your life. Think about it. Every second, every minute, and every hour that passes is part of your life. You can't touch time. You can't hold it. But you feel it passing, don't you? Every day that begins is one more chance to make your life better, or one more chance to let it slip away. That's why it's so important to value your time. Every hour is like a small piece of gold. When you collect those pieces and use them well, they build a rich and meaningful life. But when you throw them away, little by little, you lose something you can never get back. Now, you don't need to be perfect. You don't have to work non-stop. You don't need to fill every minute with serious tasks. But what you do need is awareness. You need to be conscious of where your time is going. You need to ask yourself often, is this how I want to spend my life? Because in the end, that's what time really is. It's your life in small pieces. When you start using your time wisely, things begin to change. You start feeling more in control. You feel more calm, more clear, and more proud of yourself. You start moving forward. Slowly, you begin to see the results of your good choices. You learn more. You feel healthier. Your relationships grow stronger. And most of all, you feel that your life has purpose. And remember this, you don't need to make big changes to change your life. Small steps matter. 5 minutes of learning, 10 minutes of walking, a short talk with a loved one. These may seem like small actions, but over time, they can create big results. Let me give you a final example. Imagine you plant a small seed in the ground. At first, you don't see much. Maybe nothing happens for days or weeks. But each day, you give it a little water, a little sunlight, and a little care. Slowly, the seed grows. One day, it becomes a tree. That tree gives you shade, fruits, and beauty. The same is true for your time. The time you invest today will grow into the life you want tomorrow. So be careful with your time. Protect it. Use it with love and care. Use it to grow, to learn, to rest, and to build. Say yes to things that matter, and no to things that don't. Give your time to people who support you, activities that teach you, and habits that improve you. Before we end, let me share a simple quote that I love. It's short, but very meaningful. Don't spend time, invest it. This means, don't just use time without thinking. Choose how you use it, and use it to create something better. Your time is a tool. Use it well, and it will build a better future for you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I really appreciate that you chose to listen to this episode of Code Your English. It means a lot to me, and I hope you found the ideas about time and how to use it wisely useful for your life. And your English learning too. Before we finish, I want to ask you to take a moment and think about your own time. How do you use it? Do you spend most of your day doing things that help you grow? Or do you sometimes lose time without realizing it? Remember, time is like money, but it is even more important because once time passes, it never comes back. You don't need to change everything all at once. But just thinking about your time is the first step to making it better. Maybe today, you can choose to do one small thing differently, like turning off your phone for 30 minutes to focus on studying, or going for a short walk to relax your mind. These small steps make a big difference when you do them regularly. I hope this episode gave you some ideas and motivation to start treating your time like a valuable treasure. Your time is your life. It is in your hands, and you have the power to use it well. I also want to invite you to listen to the next episode of Code Your English. We have many interesting topics that will help you practice your English and learn new things. Each episode is made especially for you, to help you improve your listening and speaking in a fun and easy way. If you liked this episode, please share it with your friends or family who are also learning English. Talking about time and how to use it wisely is something everyone can benefit from, no matter what language they speak. And finally, thank you again for being here. I look forward to joining you again soon in the next episode. Until then, take good care of yourself and your time. Goodbye for now, and remember, every minute counts.